It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early. And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease. You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon.
Missed.
This will not go down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On first down, it's Fields. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. That's something. To be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. They'll try the right side with Harris. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Fields now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! C.J. Uzomah, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Santos with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now it's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. McPherson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Throwing after the interception. Fields got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They hand this off to Harris, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Now you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Back to throw. Fields. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. And this is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red shot. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So that one will be accepted.
Last stop! Last stop! Come on, guys, let's go!
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Let's go, come on!
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Burrow looking to pass. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish, because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. On play action, Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. With his first career NFL touchdown. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And this one is incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
And now off to the races, down the right side. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Cincinnati. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 161 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now it's Burrow. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Buying time to his left. And Fields going to have the 1st down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned,
it puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football. And now, as with every potential turnover, it's going to take a second.
After a review play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Open man here is Conklin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Powering forward. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing again, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. McPherson's kick is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Flush to his right. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So we've reached halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. So now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
And his throw here's incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Harris. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Play action. It's Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. Powers through him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Here's Fields. Flushed out right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from early. the game, and he's applying it now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just the series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And this one's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here's Fields on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distance.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Cincinnati. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
We got 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Mixon. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a give, running left is Harris. Takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
That's some strong running. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Now a dump off here complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a first down throw, Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Powers past him at the 5. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Cincinnati. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Joe Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. A handoff to Mixon. Stays, and he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, this is Harris. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Forced out to his left, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Big 3rd down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Now Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 3rd down.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Going up top. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields, eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Conklin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And shedding through the tackle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. To throw is Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Breida. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Fields keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Mixon with a 1st down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.